All right, settle down, settle down. Thanks so much, everybody. Welcome to the Ballistic Report. I am your talented host, Ike Moore, and this is the show where we break down pop culture. What's that? I'm a day late. Well, let me ask you this question. Am I a day late, or are you watching this a day late? Yeah, you gotta think about that, don't you? So, without further ado, let's get started, shall we? So, I told you guys last week that Will Smith was possibly prepping a comeback to music. Well, in a recent interview with Beats One, Will confirmed the rumors, saying that he's been recording for the past few months. He even went as far as to say that he might be heading on the road next summer with his old friend DJ Jazzy Jeff. Or as some of you guys may know him as the guy Uncle Phil always threw out the house on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Now, if it ends up happening, I think it could be very cool. Like I said last week, Will might not necessarily be in your top 5 favorite rappers, but he always brings the energy. So you never know, maybe 2016 will be the year of the Fresh Prince. Well, I see you, Taylor Swift. Got yourself a nice cover on GQ magazine. In that magazine, she also confesses that she might be taking a little time off after her tour wraps up in December. Now, am I surprised by this? Not at all, because you gotta keep it in perspective. This woman has dominated music for the past year. Let that sink in. Think about it. What other artists have you heard constantly for the past 12 months? It's been Taylor Swift, so of course she wants some time off. Heck, I get exhausted just reading the accomplishments she's had. Make no mistake about it. Absence makes the heart grow fonder, so whenever she does return, the fans will be waiting for her, and she'll break even more records. Now, since we're on the music tip, let me address something. I'm sure if you've watched my previous videos, you have this mindset that I'm against Nicki Minaj, I'm against BET, and that I have an agenda to ruin their careers, but that's far from the truth. Believe it or not, I like some of Nicki Minaj's music. I think she's a very talented lyricist. I'm just disappointed in some of the things she does outside of the music. Believe it or not, you can just focus on the music. You don't have to get into beefs with anybody. You don't have to spaz out on Twitter or none of that stuff. You could just focus on your art. I'm not saying I'm leading a Nicki Minaj boycott or anything, but I just wish that at some point she enjoys her success and she enjoys the fruits of her labor. I'm more so disappointed in BET. I mean, this network has been on the air for years, and at this point, they've gotten lazy. Ripping off other shows and showing movies 20 times a day is not going to give you more viewership. It's just going to make your network more weak. You guys still have an audience. Why ignore them? Give stuff that they want to see. I believe if they do that, we'll appreciate BET more as opposed to wishing it didn't exist. And finally, I can't let the week pass without addressing this. So Raven-Symoné said on The View the other day that she would not hire someone with a quote-unquote ghetto name. Now, I know what you all are thinking. People still watch The View? Yes. And people actually listen to what people on The View have to say? Yes, I know. I found it shocking too. I mean, that's just her opinion. You don't have to agree or disagree. That's just how she feels. Let me just say that we here at the Ballistic Report will hire anyone from Aquafina to LaQuisha. You know what? Aquafina sounds like a water. That makes me thirsty. And that will do it for another edition of the Ballistic Report. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember, all of my social media outlets are in the description box below. And until next time, I've been your talented host, Ike Moore, reminding you it's okay to be ballistic as long as it's done responsibly. Good night, Internet.